Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa Mitrakin. That's my lovely assistant Shelby. And today we're doing a neon light effect with two light sources. If you've been following my channel for any length of time, if you've taken any one of my art courses, you know that I'm really big on lighting and glow effects. The actual request for this video was to have two light sources, one from each side of the character. I throw in the neon effect so that you can clearly see the difference between one light source and the other. But ultimately, after this tutorial, you should be able to apply any colors at all to this effect. So let's dive right in. The cool thing about this effect is that you can apply it to any coloring page whatsoever. The page that I'm working with is from one of my published books, and I think it's also available in some of my courses. I'm going to put the links to all the ways that you can get this page in the video description and in the comments, so check that out after the show. Before you do anything at all, pick your colors. Decide on what your overall look is going to be and go from there. For me, it's as simple as pink, blue, and deep dark purple in the middle. But I'm going to need more than 3 pencils to achieve this effect. So I'm going to set aside 2 or 3 pinks, 2 or 3 blues, some dark violets, a dark brown, a black, and some lighter colors for highlights. Gather anywhere from 9 to like 16 pencils and you'll be all set, but don't go any further than that. I highly recommend that for the best possible results, you print this on any kind of toned paper. Now the color here doesn't matter at all as long as it's not white. Me, I'm working on tan-toned cardstock. Now that you have your colors, let's get started with placing your light. This is why it was so important to work on tan-toned paper, because any paper that's not white now allows us to place our actual light sources. We're working with light, so for me it's very important to be able to add the light directly to my character. I like to use white charcoal for this effect. The white charcoal comes in several forms, mainly in stick or pencil form. I'm going to put a link to the white charcoal that I use in the comments below as well, so you can just click on it and go straight to Amazon. If you're not a fan of white charcoal, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, this stuff is amazing. But just in case you're not a big fan, you can also use a white Prismacolor pencil for this step. And I say specifically white Prismacolor because it is the nicest, cleanest, strongest white pencil out there. I've tested a whole bunch of them, and even though many pencil brands come with a white pencil, a lot of them are actually pretty sucky. A white Prismacolor, on the other hand, has never let me down. Keep in mind though that if you are going with a white pencil instead of white charcoal, it's going to take a little bit longer and you won't really be able to use the Q-tip trick. Here's what I do. Once I have my white highlights placed, I take a Q-tip and I gently smear everything in little circular motions so that I get that very pleasant diffused look, and also so that the white charcoal isn't all chalky and powdery on the surface of my page. Now, how do you know where to place the white charcoal? Well, that's exactly what this lesson is about. It's about 2 light sources, and in this particular scenario, it's very straightforward. We have 1 light source coming from the left and 1 light source coming from the right. Now that you have your light sources placed, go ahead and add your shadows. This is why we needed a dark brown pencil. Regardless of what your ultimate color scheme is going to be, add the shadows in a dark brown in this step. Any kind of a dark brown. You can go with a chestnut dark brown, more on the brown side, more on the orange side. You can go on the yellow side, more with a sepia type of a dark brown. It's entirely up to you, whatever you find more attractive. Now, this right here is a very short and simplified version of this lesson. I'm only going to show you bits and pieces of how to make this effect work. I will not go through the full 4 hours that this coloring took. Obviously, this is a short tutorial, but I will be teaching the entire coloring from start to finish in my coloring club in January. So if you're interested in the full effect with the cat fur, with the background, with everything, and the entire science behind where to place what, join the coloring club and join the January lesson. The coloring club is a monthly subscription that I run in my own private art club. And every month I release something special and extended for my students. For instance, this month in December 2022, we are doing backlit characters in full detail. Now that I've added brown to my shadows, I am going over everything that was brown with a deep purple. Those of you who took my color theory course, you know all about layers and all about the depth that different colors create when we layer them one over the other. It may seem counterintuitive to spend 20 to 30 minutes on creating that beautiful sepia layer just to cover it with purple, but trust me, don't skip this step, it just works. Notice at how I'm placing my shadows. They're a little bit darker in the center and they're a little bit diffused towards my white highlights. Take your time with this. This is a very time-consuming process, and this is pretty advanced, which is why I'm dedicating an entire lesson to it in January in the coloring club. At this point, I am nearly 2 hours into my coloring. Consider that. Don't rush through these things. Amazing effects take time. At 2 hours in, and I'm a really fast colorist, just naturally because I have years and years and years of practice. You don't have to match my speed. If this takes you a week, so be it. It's perfectly fine. Results are way more important than speed. At my 2 hours, I'm finally ready to add color. Which color you start with doesn't matter. That's entirely up to you. Also, the types of colors don't matter either. I already decided that I will have one pink side and one blue side, just because pink and blue neon look really cool together, and also it's a nice demo of the two light sources. But if you want to try this effect with a green light and an orange light, or a purple light and a yellow light, go for it. Go and try out all sorts of different effects in the colors that make you happy. But be brave. Notice that I'm coloring very solidly with very strong colors. My blue is not a timid blue at all. It has an oomph to it. This is a proper turquoise blue, and I'm using it to its full potential. Same thing on the pink side. My pink pencil is very strong. This is a deep, strong magenta pink, and I'm adding it very freely, very boldly. There's nothing pale on this coloring from now on. The blue side is clean and pure blue. The pink side is clean and pure pink. The main secret to this effect is bravery. You have to push through all of your insecurities about color. You have to push through everything that you've learned about skin tones. Ignore skin tones completely and treat the entire composition, the girl, the hair, the cat, everything as a single object lit by these unnatural colors. Now the rest of this, I'm about 3.5 hours into the coloring. The rest of this is all tweaking the details. Keep adding darker and darker shadows in the center so that your character looks properly three-dimensional. And make sure to do something fun with the background so that the light on the periphery of your character actually stands out in contrast from the background. In this case, I like to make my backgrounds a little bit dark. And there you have it, a very cool effect that will blow everyone's minds and will make you look like a pro. In reality, it's a very simple, technically simple effect. However, it will challenge your fortitude as an artist. There are a lot of things here that are uncomfortable. There are a lot of things here that are unusual. So if you're struggling with this effect, or if you want to know more about it than just these basic steps, remember to join the coloring club and join the January 2023 lesson. It will run all month and it will be a full-length lesson on how to do this effect. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy any of my videos, don't hesitate and give me the thumbs up. Don't forget that there's a big super thank you button that many of you have already been hitting. Thank you so much for that. If you're brand new here and you don't yet subscribe to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you're still not a member of my private art club, Tom, there's no better time to join than now. It's 100% free to join. It's 100% ad-free and 100% drama-free. Go ahead and join the club, settle in, make some friends, and when you're ready, join one of the clubs or a course. Happy holidays, everyone, and happy coloring!